Now let me tell you the next concept. This concept is a key tenet of Eastern philosophy and has changed my life in more ways than I could express.
State is a higher level of being which threatens ego.
What's that?
State is a higher level of being and it threatens your ego, and that's why you don't want to do it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He said that state is a higher level of being and threatens your ego. It's absolutely true. We'll get into that definitely during this conference. So look, resistance. Guess what I'm going to give you guys now? It's a concept from Eastern philosophy. I'm going to give you guys a new emotion. Guess what? You guys got a new emotion today. All right? So what are some of your emotions? Like happiness, sadness. What are some other emotions? Anger, fear, anxiety, sorrow. Well, look at this. Look at it. Poor horny. All right, look. Feeling a little randy. Look. Look at this. Resistance. Don't forget it because look, that's your new emotion for the day if you've never heard of it. Resistance is an emotion. And this emotion, do you remember how yesterday we talked about how with love, people, because love, the concept has not been broken down sufficiently, and so your experience, as a result of your language and your concepts, your experience of say like you're needy, right? Like say like you're just really needy for this girl's validation, and that creates a strong reaction in you. Like, I really want this girl's validation. It's creating a strong reaction, and if you don't know what neediness is, then you'll mistake neediness for love. Well, likewise, if you don't know what resistance is, then a lot of your negative emotions like depression, frustration, anger, that are really being caused by resistance, you don't know what they are, and then you'll believe that they're real. You'll fuel them. You'll add fuel to them by identifying with them. So essentially, look, resistance is the emotion that you experience when you wish that the reality that was in front of you was in some different way. All right? Now here's what's interesting. Let's say that you wish that you were in state. You're like, man, I want to be in state. I want to be in state. And your thought loop is going, I want to be in state. I want to be in state. What that's creating is this emotion right here. Resistance. You're resisting it. You're resisting the reality that's right in front of you. Okay? So a sort of a Eastern philosophical based concept, or sort of Zen concept, is never resisting the now. Like a total acceptance of what is immediately in front of you. Paradoxically, you also have to have the will to change reality. In the sense, we call that right action. Like you have to know to take right action, but you never resist the reality that's in front of you. What resistance means like this. Like, I don't like the way that this is. I don't like this. I don't like this. As opposed to like a more sort of Zen way of looking at it, which is like, this is what it is. What's the right action? Go. All right? So basically, this emotion resistance, which comes in so many other ways, and it has so many different dynamics, it's not even funny, causes a great deal of most of the bad emotions that are in you. So one example that you might learn if you study that sort of thing is like, say that you're depressed, right? You're depressed and you're like this. You're like, I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed. Ugh, I hate being depressed. I hate that I'm like this. I hate that I'm such a piece of shit that thinks like this. All right? And then, what if you just say instead, this is a classic Eckhart Tolle thing. Just say, well, I'm depressed. I don't mind. That's okay. I'm depressed, right? Basically not identifying with the emotion, but recognizing it as a chemical reaction in your body, right? You don't identify with that. You don't say, you're not like, I am depressed in the sense like your core essence is depressed. It's just like my body's having a chemical reaction, which are called the emotions of depression. I'm depressed. Well, I don't mind. And what that does essentially is it creates space. That's what Eckhart Tolle calls it. It says, creates space between you and the emotion. So likewise with state, right? If you're like, oh, I'm out of state, and you're sitting there in the club, right? You're sitting there and you're like, I don't want to do an approach right now because I'm out of state. And you're thinking like that, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Resisting.
If you're going, I'm out of state, what are you doing?
You're fighting the moment.
Fighting the moment. Resisting. Good. Fighting the moment. Great way of putting it. So look, resistance is going to do a lot more to put you out of state than being out of state is. All right? Resistance, that's the greatest way to keep yourself out of state. Like, first is like, oh man, I learned that I just got to be in state. If I'm just in state, then it's the shit. But then you get out there and you're like, oh, I'm not in state. Fuck, I need to be in state. I need to get girls, man. I need to get in state, right? And what happens? You resist. And then it's fueling that. You're not only identifying with the emotion of being out of state, which is fueling it, making the experience so much more vivid, but beyond that, you're actually creating a field of negativity within yourself. Yeah.
So resistance is just the opposite of acceptance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what that means is that when you're out of state, the first gateway out of that is accepting it. That's the first gateway out. All right? Like, I'm out of state. Well, I don't mind. And then the second, of course, is that personal boundary. So it's like this. Look, say I go out and I'm like, I'm out of state. I'm like, well, this sucks. I'm like, I just feel like a dumbass right now. I'm out of state. So I'm not really, and then I go, well, I'm going to live a long life, hopefully, and probably be out of state many more times. Hopefully I can live many more days to be out of state sometimes, I mean, that's how it is, right? Even the pros experience it. That's fine. Okay, so I'm out of state. Well, I don't mind. Anyway, I have a personal boundary, and I'm going to talk to some people, so I'm going to go talk to somebody. Cool. And if they reject me, I don't mind, right? I'm not going to resist it, and I'm going to take right action, all right? So that's like your first layer of, almost like your first level of defense, okay, to being out of state. It's like, don't resist it, don't dwell on it, just take right action, okay? And look, yes. You hear the quote there, guys? Very important quote in this. That which you resist persists. So if you're like, I'm out of state, it will persist. If you're like, oh, I'm so depressed, it persists. So that which you resist persists. Don't resist it. Just be accepting of it. That's the gateway out. All right?
Be present.
Yeah, be present. We're going to talk about that. So basically, I'm out of state. I'm like, okay, so I'm out of state. Now look, taking right action is a muscle. Okay? In fact, we have many different psychological muscles. Like, for example, you guys know decision making? Decision making is a muscle. Agreed? Yeah, decision-making is a muscle. You guys know people who are not used to making decisions? And they're locked in indecisiveness? And you can see that. Is that a very good quality for attracting women?
No.
Indecisiveness. Right? Do you want to know how bad indecisiveness is for attracting women? I'll be teaching a boot camp. Say that you're on boot camp and we're taking some girls out of the club. Like, let's get out of here. Boom, let's go to the club. And they're like, where are we going? And you're like, I'm not sure yet. Let's just go. They'll just instantly, we got to go. Gone. Why? Because you showed indecisiveness. A girl wants a man who knows where he's going, right? You know what? Women are real lenient most of the time. They're really cool about this stuff. They're so cool about this stuff, it's not even funny. But if you don't even know where you're going, then it's like, oh man, like, who's this guy, right? So the thing is, the better answer would be, we're going here. Obviously, if you have enough value, then maybe it wouldn't matter, but when it's on the fence, that'll blow you out. So, all right, look. Here's a freaky sort of phenomenon, if you think about it, with this whole in-state or out-of-state thing. We live in a society, like going back to social conditioning, where the idea that bad emotions are a valid excuse not to act is actually feasible to most people. Like, most people really think that I'm too scared is like a good reason not to do something. It's crazy, right? Like, it's insanity. Like, I'm not going to do that. It's not fun, right? Like, it's too scary. I'm not going to do an approach. It's too scary, right? Like, they think, oh, I'm not going to do whatever amount of work I have to do. It's just going to take too long, right? It's too much trouble. It's too long. Oh, it doesn't feel good. I'm not going to do it. That's the type of society that we live in. Most societies before ours really valued the concept, or not most, but I don't really know, but many societies before ours and many successful ones really valued the idea of right action. All right? Right action is a muscle, like saying, this is what is required to be done, and I'm going to do it regardless of emotions. Like, you feel the emotion in your body, but you just move forward anyway. Imagine it being like you're hammered, like you're just drunk out of your mind, you're shit-faced. And a policeman were to say to you, walk a straight line, right? And you're just totally shit-faced. And you just try. You're like, whoa. Right? You just try to walk that straight line. That's what most of my life is. All right? I don't drink alcohol at all, by the way. But most of my life is me, like, fucking shit scared of what I'm doing all the time. I'm shit scared all the time, guys. Okay? Like, a lot of my life I live in experiencing a lot of fear. Likewise, sometimes overworked, whatever it is, disciplined, and that's how I go. Look, you think that the life, like, you think as a guy who's successful, it's all smooth and shit? Right? Like, oh yeah, man, like this guy that's successful in his business, like Bill Gates or something like that. You think it was like all smooth, like just smooth sailing? Just point A to point B, man, just smooth sailing. No! Successful people in this world, it's like, there's the goal. It's messy, man. The shit is messy, right? And you're just like, whoa. Maybe you get kicked back, right? And then, boom, and you get there. And then the rest of the world goes, he's so lucky, right? That guy's so lucky, man. That guy doesn't deal with the types of issues that I deal with. That guy's so lucky, man. As if he had some kind of opportunity. When more often than not, it's the people who had the least opportunity in life that made it happen. So look, like for example, with pick up, right? I bet you guys think that like the quote unquote top guys, when they pick up girls, it's like all smooth, right? Like it's all smooth and shit. Like, yeah, man, I just fucking sailed in there and shit, right? Open, we make out, let's go. It's sometimes like that, right? Maybe 5% of the time, whatever, right? It's like that sometimes. More often than not, it's messy, all right? You guys know Ozzy? Ozzy's like, he's like, man, like these guys, they can't handle the truth on this, man. He's like, a bull, it is messy. It is messy, man. It's like, let's go. Let's go. She's like, no. He's like, no, let's go. Let's go. It's messy, man, but most guys, they can't handle that. They think it's smooth. They think it's pretty, man, like ballet. No, man, it's messy, man. They can't handle the truth, man. Okay? All right? That's what he says because, that's what it is, dude. Look, I'll go out with Ozzy on executive retreat. We'll be out 7 days. He'll get laid probably like 5 times. All right? No joke. That guy, Ozzy's one of these dudes who will like during off executive retreat, he kind of just hibernates and then goes out. But then as soon as executive retreat comes, the guy's always, he's like, boom, 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 boom. He's like, come on, close, motherfucker, close, right? And he's just like, he's always like that. And you'll see him, right? He'll be dancing with girls, and they're like, no, go away. And he's like, hello, I'm Ozzy. Oh, go Tiger. Oh, you like it? Ah, yes, I like it. Oh, it's nice, right? And this is Ozzy, right? He's nuts, okay? And he is proof that you could say anything. You want proof? You go watch Ozzy. The stuff that he says makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay, I can't even understand most of what he says. And he goes like that, right? Because he's so fun, right? He's got such a vibe about him, fun, decisive, all that kind of stuff. He's in his late 30s, right? And as you get older, you get better at this stuff. Every year that goes by, you get better and better at it because you become more centered. Ozzy at 25 could never have done that stuff. So look, when you move forward, when you're out of state, what you need to recognize, there's not really, the only division between people who are quote-unquote courageous and people who are cowards is that the courageous people are willing to go, and just walk through all the fog of bad emotions. Because isn't that what being out of state is like, right? It's kind of like walking through a fog. There's like a lack of clarity there. And you're just kind of trying to move through it, So you move through it. That is your personal boundary. It's called right action. Guys, I really want you to take this home with you. Think about what is right action. And look, if you go home, let's come back to this word here. Resistance. Say that you go home and you don't take right action. What are a lot of guys going to do? How's the thought process going to go? Think about it within the context of what we just talked about with resistance.
Their self-talk's going to justify the whole non-action.
And they want to protest their natural state.
It's like this.
They'll backward rationalize reasons why they feel like they shouldn't go out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they feel it and they know like that's the path.
Yeah.
If I go out, I'll learn something. I might not pull ass, but maybe I can have a good time. Maybe I can make some cool friends.
Yeah.
So like the meaning that they're assigning to going out. But if they just stick in that emotion and they're resistant to it, I don't want to go out. Then they'll just keep making up excuses and they'll just sit at home.
And and all these points are very important points. And even taking it further, when we think about the types of thought loops, when you think about resistance, a big one as well is like, oh man, I took that RSD seminar and they talked about right action, and I totally didn't do it. Oh, it's so bad that I didn't do it. I didn't take right action. It's so stupid. Why didn't I do it? I'm so stupid. I told myself in that seminar that I was going to do the right thing and I didn't do it now. It's so stupid. I'm so worthless, whatever, right? And so what's happening is they're creating like a negative energy field within themselves, like a negative, like when I say negative energy field, I just mean like it's like that negative vibe within themselves because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So if you don't take right action, look, all the time I don't take right action, okay? Let's say that I take right action a third of the time or something, but that most people only do it like 2% of the time, then that's good. So and maybe by the time I'm 50, like one goal for me is I'm trying to become the best leader that I can be and offer the most value that I can offer. Like I would love it if by 50 or 60, if I could really just offer so much value because I've cultivated that side of myself. So like by every day practicing taking right action, even in spite of your emotional issues, you become better and better at it, all right? And you learn to push through state issues. And meanwhile, when you learn not to resist, all right? So think of it like the two qualities that you want to cultivate. One is, like we said, right action, and the other is non-resistance.
Is non-resistance the same as acceptance?
Yes. Accepting the now, non-resistance. Non-resistance is a very Eastern philosophical concept. And so, basically, right action combined with non-resistance. And that's a great way to get in state. Now look, beyond that, I'm going to teach you guys in the coming days, like hair trigger, fast ways to get in state that work really, really well. Like ways that you can literally just be like, boom, and within like 2 minutes, like 1 minute you could just be saying like, like that, and within like 2 minutes you're going to be like, boom, in it, all right? And this is the kind of stuff that I've taught on boot camp for a long time, and it's absolutely incredible. And I'm going to teach that to you guys in the coming days. For now, why don't we just hold it in our heads? For now, we'll just hold in our minds that A, state is very liberating, and that B, when you're not in state, don't create resistance to it. Just take right action anyway, all right?